Hello to each and every one of you. We post accounts of people's near-death experiences that they have shared with us here at Logical-NDE. If you've never visited one of our videos before, we'd like to let you know that we make them with people with open minds who are interested in learning about the hereafter in view. Please help us out if you actually enjoy these kinds of tales by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. This will allow you to keep up with all of our most recent offerings, such as this one. As for our regular viewers, let us begin rolling today's episode while you sit back and relax with your favorite beverage in your hand. Today's story comes from Miss Fiona Ruggard, who shares her experience of almost dying in an accident where she slipped off from the boat and was knocked out for several minutes. In these minutes, she found the true meaning of her life, which she narrates as follows. Let's dig into it. It was the 10th of June in the year 2018 when this incident took place. I had gone to spend my vacation in Miami with my brother and his wife. 2018 had been an exceptionally hard year for our family as my parents had recently separated. Now being a 15-year-old with divorced parents was really hard on me as my brother, and I had a total of 10 years gap between us. And I had always been super attached to my parents, and not my brother himself. It came as a huge blow to me when I discovered that my parents weren't ready to stay together with each other. Even though I tried to hide it, my sadness couldn't be masked. I had hit rock bottom mentally, and that made my academics suffer very badly. I was constantly missing out on lectures and my results got awful. My parents tried to guide me through their divorce, but it was not working out for me. I would cry and wail at my mother who had taken up my custody and blame her for the divorce. This completely tattered the relationship we shared. I had dragged myself in deep pits of depression, and it got increasingly difficult to manage out of it. My brother sensed the worsening situation as my father talked to him regarding every issue we were facing at home. My brother then soon arranged to have me at his home city to spend some time with his wife. I did not want to go at first, but after my parents' long hours of convincing, I finally agreed. I was kind of nervous about it, but I looked forward to spending a good time out of my city. I also realized that I badly needed to take my mind off my parents for a while to be able to maintain my composure, so I saw this offer as a great opportunity for me. Upon reaching the destination, I was overjoyed to see my brother and his wife welcoming me to their city so warmly. They instantly made me feel home. It felt incredibly good after ages of being in the gloom. We planned out how I was going to spend the next few weeks with them. We made the decision to explore the entire city and spend as much time as we could together. My brother and his wife owned a beautiful sea-facing apartment. It was a newly renovated, fully furnished studio with an upper floor bedroom with a queen bed and sofa bed, a wide and cozy living room on the first floor with a nice sofa bed facing a TV, a small work table, a dining table, over all our brand new, entirely equipped house. That day we made the choice to visit the beach. When we reached there, the weather was brisk. The sea breeze approached with a melancholy and modest majesty. Its brain contained recollections of the past and a promise of future days. To the tiniest fraction of time that can be measured, I was, nonetheless, fully present at that bitter moment. The sea air always found a way of attaching the emotions to me. The sea was an infinite shade of blue with an unlimited variety of weather, yet it was the most beautiful shade of color I had ever seen. I signaled my brother that I was going in the waters, and since I had been a professional diver, he just gave me a thumbs up and I went. I waded through the deep waters very quickly and wasn't really alarmed when my head first dipped beneath the waves. I had done diving before, so I wasn't afraid of some water over her head. Only another 30 seconds and I was back to sinking. My legs were weary and labored to pull me back toward the surface covered in sunspots. I briefly lost hearing of the music and conversation coming from the beach along the sea. My hair grew higher and rippled like seaweed in the currents. A massive grey wave pulled me in its direction before breaking across me like a sack of rocks. I struggled beyond human capacity to break the surface once more, gulping in the summer air, and then I submerged once more. This time, I dropped more quickly, and my heart began thumping against my ribs from the panic. Nobody had seen, and nobody was looking. All hope of surviving vanished when I could no longer hold my breath as the chilly water rushed in. All the moments I had spent in my life came flashing before my eyes one by one, and I felt a strong cry stuck within the pit of my throat. I knew I was going to drown today. This wasn't like the time I held my breath in a pool. Even now, when I think back on it, I still get the impression as if my heart was being instructed not to beat while a pistol was held to my head. As I was drowning, I thought of my parents. I started pondering over all those times where I could have dealt with my parents' separation differently so that I would have been a stronger person. I thought of how stupid it was to have thrown a tantrum all those times I did. I wished to change things, but I knew it was too late. I desired to go back and become a stronger person. The waves got mad, and I was constantly drowning, being carried away. At that particular instant, I realized how life held a deeper meaning, and how being occupied in smaller things, I was never able to make a difference in my life. It was a hugely awakening moment for me. I had accepted that I would pass out any moment, because with each second passing, it was getting impossible for me to breathe. I had found a renowned purpose in my life to live big, but I knew it was late. It was too late to want to make a difference through my existence now. It was too late to do things differently in my life. My brother then grabbed hold of my arm and dragged me up and away from danger. I don't remember what happened after that, since I was in my room when I opened my eyes the following time. Once I was fully recovered, which took some time, I realized that I needed to live differently. I resolved that this experience would serve as the major turning point in my life, and that I would not allow myself to revert to my previous miserable youth. To this day, any time I felt lonely or troubled, I would visualize the light I had seen, and that was all it took to inspire me to act differently, to possess a cheerful outlook on life, and to inspire others to do the same. So that was all for today's episode. We sincerely hope you learned something from and thoroughly appreciated the events shared to us by Miss Fiona today. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel and spread the word about it to your friends and family. Until then, may God bless you.